All right, so we're gonna jump in. We're gonna jump into our favorite segment. Jumping into the favorite segment, card of the week.
Yes.
All right. So first of all, if you missed our stream last weekend, okay, go watch it. Okay, you can go watch it. But what we did is we played.
Especially if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, we played Yu-Gi-Oh. Jim finally got me to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I did mention this in the stream, right? I was like, Jim's been wanting to get me into Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time. Finally, we did it. I texted him and I was like, all right, so we good for the stream tomorrow? We ready? He's like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, all right. Well, I had some ideas of what to do, but then he's like,
no, we're going to do this.
yeah. He's like, how about we play some Yu-Gi-Oh GOAT format? I'm like, all right, let's do it. I was game. I was up for the moment he said it. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. And before that, there's multiple times where Jim's been like, Dan, I think you're going to like Yu-Gi-Oh. Or GOAT format.
GOAT format specifically.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right, I'm like, I don't know. Dude, it was awesome. It was so sick.
It's a lot of fun.
So it was my first time getting to play with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and know what they do and mess around with them. And man, are they cool. So we talked about that card Pot of Greed. Yeah. It was one of the card of the weeks.
Pot of Greed is 1/3 of the Holy Trinity in GOAT format for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep. And the ability to draw 2 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, dude, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. And so I found out what I found out what the entire Holy Trinity of Yu-Gi-Oh was. Yep. And today we're going to talk about another third of the Holy Trinity. Yes. I want to talk about it because you played this on me, and I was like, what does this card do? It's called Deliquent Duo.
I did it twice, turn after turn.
It is called Deliquent Duo. It is a magic card or a spell card, okay? And says pay 1,000 life points. Randomly select and discard 1 card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent then selects and discards another card from his/her hand.
It's essentially Pot of Greed reverse.
It is. Yeah. And so I believe the first turn you played that, I had 3 cards in hand.
Dude, I hit like the perfect card, but like, all right, I kind of got screwed over on that top deck. But whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
So he plays that card, and I go, wait, it does what? I'm like, what's that card do? Which, speaking of, we're going to get shirts that say, what does that card do? Like, that's a big idea of mine.
That card does what?
But anyway, when he read it, I'm like, seriously? Like, is there anything that I can? Nope, I can't do anything. Yeah, so, all right, we'll discard this card, discard this card. Yep. And then it goes to my turn. I think I draw a card, and then I think I set a card or something. Yeah. And so I still had like one. I had like 1 or 2 cards in my hand going to the next turn. And then what did you do?
The monster card that I had flipped face down was Magician of Faith, which when she flips over, so whether he would have attacked it or I just flipped the card, it then allows me to take a spell or magic card from the graveyard and put it back into my hand. So I went and got Delinquent Duo again while Dan had 2 cards in hand.
Felt so bad.
And then we got rid of his entire hand.
It felt so bad. Yeah. Oh, man.
But you know what the crazy thing is about that game? It's like you were just not even so much top decking. It was just the fact that like the cards in that deck are just so
They're
powerful.
So good.
For like 1-for-1.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I'll just play top deck hero and be like, oh, here's this card. I kill your thing. Now you don't get the effect as well. So now you're even worse off. But then it's just like, well, if I wanted to try and get in and do some damage, well, then you just kill my creature. So it's like, yes, I set you back, but since I'm playing a control deck, you had that extra time to then be able to find the answers that you need as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, Delinquent Duo is a really, really good card.
Yeah, nearly every single deck plays these 3.
Yeah.
Well, for sure these 2.
Yeah.
We'll go over the third one maybe in the future.
Yeah. So, the other thing that I had to get used to, they're Japanese size cards, right? Isn't that what they're called? Okay. Yeah. I've played with Japanese cards before. They're smaller than standard size cards. But it's a 40 card deck, right?
40 card deck, yeah.
That was really weird. It was really different.
Not only are they smaller in dimensions, it's a smaller stack.
It's a smaller deck.
And it was single sleeved as well for you.
Mine was, yes.
And so it was just even weirder for him.
It was just weirder. But
he's like, did my hands grow?
Well, he handed me his deck, which his deck was double sleeved, and I'm like, there are more cards here? He's just like, no, they're double sleeved. I'm like, oh, okay. All right,
double sleeve 40
sense.
cards, and the oversized or the double sleeved were standard size, so it was really 40 standard size cards for him at that point.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I think this was not the first time I saw the card Delinquent Duo. You had showed it to me before, but it's my first time seeing it being played in game, and I'm like, and Pot of Greed, and the other third of the Holy Trinity, and I'm like,
which you got to play that one.
I did.
We can talk about it right now.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's the other third?
It's called Graceful Charity.
Yeah.
It's another spell card. It allows you to draw 3 cards, but then discard 2 cards from your hand. So overall, you're seeing one more card than Pot of Greed, but in a format where like your graveyard matters, like we were playing Chaos. If you put a Light and Darkness now into the graveyard, well, now your Chaos Sorcerer is live. Now your BLS is live. So is it really a downside? Not at all.
Because that's literally what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need these light cards and dark cards in my graveyard so I can get my Chaos Sorcerer online. And I think, didn't I, what's it called? Graceful Chariot?
Yeah.
Charity.
Graceful Charity.
Graceful Charity. I think I Graceful Charity into Pot of Greed. Isn't that what?
Or you Pot of Greed into Graceful Charity?
Yeah, I think that's what
it was that way.
Because I think I top decked Pot of Greed.
Yeah.
And that was the only card I had in hand.
And drew into the next two. I'm just like, come on, man. But I'm over here Delinquent Duoing you twice.
Yep. So, Delinquent Duo, man, it is a really, really good card.
Yeah, it is.
The biggest thing that I had to get around was, dude, those text boxes.
Yeah.
Woo! That's some really small text, guys.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
And now it's even worse now because it's the same size text, the same size text box, but now the entire thing is full.
Oh yeah.
So you got to read like 7 lines inside this small text box. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. So, Delinquent Duo, good card.
Very
really
strong.
Good, really good
It's
card.
I don't remember if it came off the ban list for Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh, which is like the normal format everyone plays. I don't remember if it came off the ban list recently, but normally whenever one of the old school cards comes off the ban list, it's only for 3 months. Because they're just like, okay, we tried it, seeing how it is for the format.
Yeah.
It's broken. Like, we can never now release this. But now, after 17 years, there's another card that's finally free from the ban list.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Change of Heart.
Oh, I think I've heard.
Yeah.
I think I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I don't
go over that
know
card
what
a
it
different
does,
day.
but yeah. So, Delinquent Duo, good card. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Go play it. It's kind of fun.
If you guys like Magic,
at least GOAT format.
Yeah, if you guys like Magic, you'll like GOAT format.
Yeah.
It's not so much of like crazy special summon, take a card from extra deck, now special summon this, put those 2 cards into the graveyard, those now both trigger, search through the deck, go get these cards, put it into your hand. Since this card is now added to the graveyard, you can now banish it to then special summon a card from your hand. You take the Exceed monster or the Link monster, you put those 2 together, you go into a rank 4, whatever it is. It's a lot.
Oh, you done?
It's nothing like that. I could have kept going, actually. Mind you, that's only with 1 card.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my
It's nuts, Stan. It's nuts. The retail is stupid.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Now that I know about Yu-Gi-Oh, what does the Blue Eyes White Dragon do? Is it just a big beater?
That's all it is. It's just
that's all it is.
3,000 beater. It has no effect.
Oh, 3,000?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the same as Blackluster Soldier, but there's not a lot of cards that can get over it. You have to pretty much kill it with card effect at that point.
I see. Okay. Now I understand the attack and the defense values and kind of what like the ranges are, because there were times where I'm like, I can't get over that 2,000 defense.
Yeah, that was hilarious too.
Oh man,
Dan's like, dude, this thing is huge. I'm like, that's why it's in the deck, man. Like, I know it can stall someone. I'm playing a control list.
Yeah. But you know, the other cool thing too is, don't you love it when you get a friend into a game that you enjoy playing and they just find it so cool and have fun?
Yeah.
That's so cool too. So I got to be on the giving end of that one.
Oh, I also completely sidetracked from what I was going to talk about. So like if you're a Magic player, you're not you might like retail Yu-Gi-Oh or the normal format of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think you'd really like GOAT format more because you're now utilizing the cards in your hand as resources. You're more using your life as a resource rather than I just need to put out as much stuff as possible and then hope he can't take care of it. So rather than you being like, oh, I can set all these cards face down, but then what happens if they hit you with like a heavy storm? So like when you had 2 back row set, I'm just like, kill all of your back row, and you couldn't do anything for it. Just like, all right, well, I guess I got to eat that loss.
I need that Day of Judgment.
Yeah, so I think they would like it because the resource management.
Yeah, really cool.